If you watched it back in
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to TikTok Compilation 45. I'm your host. Stop using the guillotine song. Let me set the scene. So your weird college friends you met in the anime club invite you to a concert, and you want to go because you want to get to know the boys a little bit more. And they're going out of their way to invite you, a loser, nobody, beta cuck male, beta male, prostate. So, without another second to waste, you agree, and the date is set. So a few days go by and the date crawls closer, so you ask the boys offhand, who are we going to see? And they utter the spine-chilling words that can prolapse any anus. Death grips. That's why I'm here. I'm here to teach you what they are, brush up your knowledge, or add a few inches to your penis, whatever you want. So, what's a Death Grips? Death Grips is an assorted blender church choir that occasionally makes vinyls and ejaculate. Legend has it, though, Death Grips is an experimental hip-hop group based in California, made up of producer Flatlander and Warren, drummer Zach Hill, and vocalist MC Ride. Death Grips is like a kiddie pool. My explanation right there was pretty much all you would really need to know. But if you dive head first into it, you're going to fucking die. First, let's try to classify Death Grips. The best genre is experimental hip-hop, but they have also dabbled in rock, electronic, breakbeat, screamo, metal, noise, and dubstep, also known as cursed images as music. There's something for everyone in this band. Death Grips is a mood that not everyone would be into. But for me, right now, at this very moment, I could be putting chapstick on my dad just spread eagle across the block. The first thing you notice in a Death Grips is the hyper-aggressive instrumental. But don't let that fool you. They don't just babble incoherently into a microphone. These three men are poets. And now, a reading of Death Grips. All my palm, lines running stretching, cross my palm like blind crossed etching. Palm mummified. Chimera? The fuck does... Alright, whatever. Palm mummified. Chimera filming. Bronze my palm, now all brown palm now. I am a bullshitter. I'm a shitty stripper. I'm a silhouette lifter. I'm a stuck off kilter. I'm a bent bewildered. I'm a fucking downer. I'm a binge thinner. I'm a big dipper. Responsibility's cool, but there's more things in life, like getting your dick rode all fucking night by the kind of girl that knows how to keep her shit tight. Legs in the air, looking like they feel nice. Volcano pussy, melt your Peter like ice. And the drugs got you going back for more, 'cause you're like, I just can't get enough of that cum clutch. Well, alright. Poets! These men are poets! God, Socrates? Socrates? More like Socrates nuts. Their live events are practices of mesmerizing and controlling an audience to the closest you can possibly get to starting a cult, but not actually starting a cult. The raw energy and aggression in their performances is enough for every in guillotine to add another pube. Also, the song is Guillotine. Not guillotine, guillotine. Guillotine. You say guillotine at a show. Oh boy, they will. Oh, they'll curb stomp you. So here's where the education comes into play. If you go to the concert and your average Death Grips fan stops you and says, "Hey man, what's your favorite album, man?" and all you do is stand there and fill your catheter, you'll be a laughingstock. So let's give it a run through. Yeah! Death Grips' first mixtape came out April 15th. 2011, entitled Ex-Military. It's not on Apple Music or Spotify, but if you are a hacker man, you could spit in the FBI's face and get it on either. Ex-Military was the major introduction of these men and what they do. The sound is loud, alternative, and way more sample heavy than their other projects, which intrigued me. These men sampled Black Flag, David Bowie, and Pink Floyd, which is why it isn't on major streaming services, because no way you can get that cleared. In my opinion, it is their best project. Fucking fight me. I dare you. I dare you. Yell at me. Comment. Go. You fucking money store ball fondling bitch. Top 5 from ex-military is Cutthroat, I Want It, I Need It, Spread Eagle Cross the Block, Tachyon, and Clink. Death Grip's first album and major label release came out April 24th, 2012, under Epic Records, entitled The Money Store. Everyone knows about The Money Store from this walking bulge known as Anthony Fantano. If your favorite album is The Money Store, then you're a Fantano dick rider. If you say it's your favorite, be prepared for that retort. The Money Store is the most accessible for Death Grip standards. With weird synths and samples from Sahara cell phone music, it has their most popular songs, Get Got and I've Seen Footage. So don't say that those are your favorite songs, or r/Death Grips will tear you a new asshole. Top 5 from The Money Store: Double Helix, Hacker, Lost Boys, Blackjack, and Punk Weight. Death Grip's second album came out October 1st, 2012, entitled No Love, Deep Web. This album marks the true birth of Death Grip's don't give a fuck attitude. Feeling neglected by their label, they said fuck you, leaked their own album early against the label's wishes, and made the album cover a picture of Zach Hill's scary penis, effectively getting them dropped from the label. No Love Deep Web is way more electronic than their previous 2 efforts, with a very primitive drumming style. Their second best project, in my opinion. Top 5 from No Love Deep Web: Artificial Death in the West, Deep Web, Black Dice, Pop, and Come Up and Get Me. Death Grip's third album, released November 13th, 2013, 13 months, 13 days, and 13 hours after the release of No Love Deep Web, titled Government Plates. This is where the divide in the fan base truly started, where everything leading up to this was widely acclaimed as a fantastic progression of music. But Government Plates was the first just good Death Grips project. Fantano gave it a 6, so now everyone sees this as Death Grip's worst release. So don't say you dislike Government Plates. Stans will call you out as a Fantano homo. But I really enjoy Government Plates. The main criticism of the album is MC Ride doesn't have a whole lot of vocal presence, but I just love hearing Death Grip's production, and it doesn't bother me that much. An album where Andy and Zach can make me poop myself out of excitement is fine with me. Top 5 from Government Plates: Bootleg and Bonnie, I'm Overflow, Birds, and You Might Think He Loves You for Your Money, but I Know What He Really Loves You For. It's your brand new leopard skin pillbox hat. You better say that whole fucking title or be prepared to be crucified. Death Grip's next project, a double album, with the first half being released on June 18, 2014, titled I'm not gonna say it, Humans on the Moon. The album was released with every single track off the album being sampled from the Icelandic pop singer Björk, manipulating, pitching, shifting, screwing her vocals to the point of near insanity, turning the idea of sampling on its head. Instead of sampling something from Post, they turned personalized vocals into an instrument. Top 5 from Humans on the Moon: Black Quarterback, Billy Not Really, Voila, Up My Sleeve, and Big Dipper. This is the point that the Death Grips roller coaster broke a world record. Humans on the Moon has dropped, no second half to be found, when suddenly Death Grips announced that their disbandment, scrawled on a napkin, saying that they were at their best, people down, upset, and in the throes of woe, at their Third World website. Their all-instrumental album released on January 4th, 2015, titled Fashion Week. This was less a major project, but more of a let's see how long we can squeeze your nuts till you come project. The track list consisted of Runway and a letter. After looking at the track list, the letters spelled out, going up and down, spelled out something that would become the rallying cry for fans to spam on comment threads and message boards and to the band's very own social media. Jenny Death When, effectively lifting the disbandment of the group, with them saying they might make more. More of what? I have no fucking idea, but God, I'm happy they're not over. So after months of build-up and build-up and build-up, Fantano finally released his juices on March 31st, 2015. Death Grips would release Jenny Death, the second half of the double album entitled The Powers That Be. To me, personally, between you and me, this is my least favorite Death Grips project. I know, don't say that if you're going to make friends at the live event. Don't say that. They will beat the shit out of you. Don't get me wrong, there are some bangers, but I'm not a huge fan of most of this project. I might just need to listen to it a few more times for it to grow on me, but as of now, pretty lukewarm on it. This project, much like Part 1, was laced with a strange instrument to Death Grips. Part 1 was Björk on vocals, but Part 2 was the guitar. A lot of electric guitar on the project and made Jenny Death sound more like a rock album than a hip-hop album. And the project to show your local metalhead that says Death Grips is not hardcore. Top 5 from Jenny Death: Why a Bitch Gotta Lie, The Powers That Be, Centuries of Damn, On GP, and Inanimate Sensation. That's how you say it. After this, the drama of the band peaked and has simmered down. After the ups and downs of The Powers That Be, Death Grips released their next project on May 6, 2016, entitled Bottomless Pit. This is widely regarded in the Death Grips discography as Money Store 2. It brings the more accessible aspects of the Money Store, the electric spurgouts of Government Plates, and the punk rock guitars of Jenny Death, molding together and making a fantastic release. If you tell people your favorite album is Bottomless Pit, I feel like you should be okay from the Money Store Dick Riders. Top 5 from Bottomless Pit: Ring a Bell, BB Poison, 80808, and Spikes. And following Bottomless Pit, on June 22nd, 2018, Death Grips released their most recent album to date, Year of the Snitch. This is the album where Death Grips really, for real this time, said fuck genre, let's just make noise and see what happens. There are elements of psychedelic rock, progressive rock, electronic, and even jazz in Year of the Snitch, making this possibly the most inaccessible album yet, as if you can have a less inaccessible Death Grips record. But if you say that's your favorite, it's a double-edged sword. It's rad because it's so abstract, Brockhampton stands will respect you, but it's the newest album and people will accuse you of only liking the new shit. So approach this with caution. If it bites back, say Shit Show is your favorite song off the album, and put those Money Store betas in their place. Top 5 from Year of the Snitch: Haha, Black Paint, Flies, Streaky, and Dilemma. There is a bottomless pit, pun intended, of lore and stories, so doing your own research is awesome. And that's what made me fall in love with this group, because you never really know what they could do next. But if you're at a concert and a bait and Nick comes up to you, shit-talking, saying, you don't know nothing, here are some fun facts to bring up to spook him right out of those golf lafleurs. Back before Death Grips, MC Ride went by the name I think it's Multiplex, I don't fucking know, Mark Blyer here, and was in a group called Fire, which music is still on major services. Zach Hill was in a band known as Hella, a math rock band where he developed his aggressive, abstract percussion style and released solo material as well. Death Grips has released singles and EPs, not just albums. Their first project ever, this is before Ex-Military, was their self-titled EP. It contained a lot of tracks from what would soon become Ex-Military, so we don't really talk about it, but they had some original songs like Death Grips, Next Grips, Face Melter, How to Do Impossible Things, and I think I can firmly say one of my favorite tracks ever released by Death Grips, Full Moon Death Classic. Full Moon Death Classic still lives on streaming services to this day, so listen to it and tell me how there's no drum beat. They released Interview 2016, where much like Fashion Week, has instrumental non-album cuts, trolling the fans online thinking they would get a real interview with Death Grips, but just more music, which I can't complain about. And they have released 2 mega mixes, and the one everyone knows is Steroids, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Gabber, Mega Mix, blah, blah. A 20-some minute track with 7 songs built into it, available on streaming services. And the lesser-known Death Grips project, Gmail and the Restraining Orders, released on NTS's Warped 30th anniversary broadcast. It's not on streaming services, it exists on YouTube, but quite an endeavor for even the most hardcore fans. It's hard to get through. The actor Robert Pattinson plays the guitar riff on Government Plates' track Birds. Year of the Snitch samples Ex-Military, the Money Store, Government Plates, and The Powers That Be. Death Grips sampled their own material. Zach Hill once did not show up to a live show and played his drums over fucking Skype. The album cover of Fashion Week is a photo of the woman who created the Money Store's cover art. The album cover to Ex-Military was taken from a National Geographic magazine of a random man a band member would carry around in their wallet. Like, it's not MC Ride, it's not his dad, just a fucking random ass dude. Death Grips is a band that you can always learn more about. If you want to learn more about them, I would recommend going to your local library to learn more. There's a 100% chance somebody wearing a Death Classic shirt is at that bitch. But for real, the r/Death Grips subreddit is a good place to learn about fun facts and some art and memes. And I'm going to shout out a fantastic video by Champ Genians, I believe it's pronounced, called The Path of Death Grips, an almost 2-hour video in the lore of Death Grips. Sit down and eat some popcorn if you want a super in-depth look of what's going on. It is fantastic. I put a link in the description because that does not have enough views. Wait, fuck, I slapped the mic. In conclusion, my dick is hard and Death Grips is great. Hopefully, now the alphas at the show will turn into beta pussies with the amount of hair on your balls and the amount of facts you know about Death Grips. So have fun. If there is a pit opening up, do not go in there unless you want to get a new kidney. That was Death Grips. This is my first video of 2020. This is the first time I'm doing this style, and hopefully you learned what a Death Grips is. And remember to have a pleasant day.